Good morning. Welcome to Flat Earth Early Bird number 1596. I'm your host Arwin. And before I start the show, please don't forget to share it on any platform you deem fit. And if you haven't already, subscribe to my channel and hit the bell notification so you know when I'm going live, which is normally 1 p.m. Amsterdam time in the weekdays and 2 p.m. Amsterdam time in the weekend. And please also do support me through the PayPal, Patreon. That would be much appreciated. And yeah, I can really use the support. So please support me. It's been quite a while. Right. So weather today is not so rainy, but it is still cloudy. It's been overall kind of dry. Today, I mean yesterday it was pretty much raining continually. But today, yeah, there's some big clouds hanging over. I haven't seen any rain falling out of it just yet. But that's probably gonna happen. Especially with a cloud as thick as that. Right, so yeah, everything is really green and leaves are booming from the trees. Because yeah, with all that rain and it being that warm, I mean, during springtime, yeah, the plants are exploding out there. Huh. Hello, LSG, first in chat. Good to see you. It is Wednesday, the 10th of May, 2023. I feel pretty good. Went to bed really in time. Just great. I needed that. And got an Illuminati croissant here. Looking forward to that. And yeah, salad bowl. Already been eating some of that because it really wakes me up a lot. I'm really noticing that. It's kind of funny. So yeah, I start out with supplements and then I eat a bit of salad. And it works great. Right. So I feel pretty good. I tried to look up something through Google about the sunlight spectrum, but God, that was like not a straightforward search result. It's all this stuff from NASA and yeah, I mean, I just couldn't find distinct different charts like winter sunlight and summer sunlight. It just wasn't there. I couldn't find it. Which is like kind of shocking. I thought that I would be able to find something. But I mean, yeah, it's not like I spent more than 5 minutes trying to find it. And then I was just frustrated. But I will try again. Because that was just an interesting point that I brought up on the show, not yesterday, the day before, but yesterday was in the title. Hey Richard G, good to see you. And I wanna show that. I've seen it before. It was like years ago, but I've seen it before. It's got to be out there. Or maybe I'm. No, wait. I think I might be. Yeah, now I know what I misremembered. No, I remember a chart comparing the moonlight to the sunlight. Never seen it like winter sunlight versus summer sunlight. So that one may simply not be a straightforward find. But hopefully at some point I will find it. That would be great. Right, anyhow, Flat Earth Debates yesterday was pretty good. I thought my show was pretty good too. The Flat Earth Debates also. Although I was not there during the live show. I was out for groceries and trying to get plant pots, etc. You ended up ordering them. Was that yesterday? No, wait. No, that wasn't yet. That was the day before. No, yesterday I did go out, but no. What took me so long? Yeah. I think I just got stuck. Went through several places, ended up having conversations and all that. Anyway, yeah, I missed most of the FED live show, but the after show lasted very long. Nathan was mostly not even present during that, but he kept the recording going, and like me and Brian had a whole conversation explaining about the cognitive dissonance event horizon that we speculated about, and that was fun. QE Live also, I wasn't really on it, but I was in the chat though. Let's see what else. Okay. Yeah. Also, I've been watching like that series that was so controversial a while ago, Sweet Tooth on Netflix. Like that second season came out, and I started watching that like last weekend. Didn't really reference it too much because it's also there's just really dark shit in there, and it's such a weird series. But I mean, it was interesting though. I mean, there's some decent acting in it, and the world building in there is also pretty interesting how they roll it out. So, never heard of it. Worth watching? Maybe, but it is kind of a weird thing, and there's like virus fear nonsense in it. A lot. It's basically centered around that. It's about viruses and mutants, pretty much. And there's this whole mystery surrounding it, and one of the main plot lines is this doctor just trying to figure out a cure. But he gets like threatened all the time, and he's like, that guy's like a miracle that he doesn't just die of a heart attack. Really. So it is strenuous. And yeah, and well, fear of virus, and there's like this racism theme sort of in it, which is annoying, speciesist theme you could say, and that's a bit annoying at times. But I mean, overall, so far it's an interesting developing thing. And I don't know. I haven't like been able to completely make up my mind about it. But I mean, when it first came out, it was like, oh, of course, oh, was during, yeah, during the whole medical situation era here. That's when it came out, and it was like hyper fearful, like basically a post-apocalyptic, as you would call it. Like everybody's already died, and it's like, oh, we're trying to scramble. It's kind of like a zombie apocalypse, but without the zombies and with mutants, mutant children. That's kind of what it is. And I do find it like much more interesting than like The Walking Dead and all that. Because they're still like, it's still somewhat more human because it's not just people getting slaughtered all the time and zombie slaughter, right? So it's not so gory. It's a little bit more human in that sense. So I like it more than Walking Dead, right? And there are interesting characters in there, but there's also annoying, sort of like faint wokish influences here and there, a little, and that's annoying. But it's not like, it's not super dominant. So yeah, it's a bit of a weird mix type of series. Sounds good for me. Okay. If it was done right. Well, there's some things that are kind of done right about it, and there's other things that are just like, I don't know. Right? There's some points that'll make you feel really miserable, though. You gotta, right? But it's not like it's super gory or people get raped or that kind of thing. It's not like that. It is sort of like also, well, it's also because basically children, right? These mutant children, and it big part of the story is about them. They are like a main plot party. And so it's logical that they kind of tone it down with the darkness a bit, although it's still plenty dark. I mean, they effectively, yeah, they're basically, well, I don't know where it's completely gonna end up, but it comes down to like the mutants. They are basically, yeah, part of a way to get the cure, and but they end up dead because of that. And that's like one of the major dilemmas. And it's like, oh, but they are so cute, how can you do this? And but it's not just continually trying to hurt you, though. That's the difference. But it is a bit. So yeah, I mean, it's a mixed bag. You're gonna probably have some opinions about it one way or the other. People that are gonna watch this are going to have opinions about it. It's very much made like that. A very opinionating mixed bag. Right. Anyhow, I find it interesting enough to keep watching after that first season. Arguably, the second season is even better. It's like actors are more into it, I'm noticing, in the second season. Anyway, hello, everybody. Moxie, Terra 306, Akuma virus. Hey, Dank, good to see you. All right, but there was something like because of the acting. There's something in there was like an interesting chemistry back and forth, which is like kind of mysterious to me because there's like in a very specific scenario, which happens mostly throughout the second season, is that you have these kids and they are kids and they're rebelling and but they're not like getting brutally treated, right? They're just kind of being kept prisoners, and yeah, the soldiers that are they don't give a shit about them, and they think they're just animals like that. So there's that bit of like racism sort of thingy. But on the other hand, like no, it's pretty mild, and they get away with a lot of shit. Like they try to escape several times, and they're basically just put back. No, nobody's getting beaten or anything. But there are like a couple of soldier guys that are like really scary dudes. That are like, and they are like really like really radiate like brutal soldier type of feel. And like at some point, I'm like, dude, he's gonna kill him now, right? And then not really. So that was weird because of just like that soldier guy is pretty freaking scary, and then you're thinking like, dude, those kids are like gonna like I don't know, like get whipped or something or really beaten and bruised, but no. So it was weird. It's a weird series. It's an odd setup. It's kind of interesting like that. Sometimes you get a bit of that weird Indiana Jones feel of it. Like there's this weird stuff subtly happening. Not talking about you know what in Indiana Jones, not that, but that's like huh? Really scary dude. Oh, but it's kind of funny also. But it's like what is this? And it's Sweet Tooth. I don't know. I got the feel it has that a bit too. So it is an interesting chemistry. I have to just say, like, yeah, it is an interesting series to see. It's like an experiment, and it is about an experimentation also. But I'd say, like, for example, it's more lighthearted than Stranger Things, right? And that's considered like, oh, but that's like a teen series. Well, this is basically like I wonder how they rate it, but it could be like, yeah, you could probably watch that with your parents if you're like preteen. But I'm not entirely sure. I think so. Anyway, I'll try to see that series. Going to eat snacks. Okay, fine, Tarot. And hello, Nathan Oakley, 1980. Good to see you. So yeah, Sweet Tooth. It is an interesting series, but it is definitely a virus fear porn also. There is medical fear porn. Science fiction is a plot of it. But it is not like everybody's like continually afraid and wearing masks or something. It's not like that. But it is like it's basically already happened, and they do echo a bit of the real world policy ideas, right? They are working with the virus model, and hey, it's fiction, right? So they can actually get away with it being real, supposedly there. So that factor is there. So maybe in that sense, it wouldn't be suitable for little kids. I don't know. You'd have to check it out. to be certain if you think that your kids could watch that. But I'd definitely be there with them if they're gonna watch it. Anyway. Right. I'm gonna take a bite of my Illuminati croissant snack before it gets completely cold. And I'm hungry, so cheers. Remind you of Pan's Labyrinth? Akumu-virus? What, because he had antlers? Because that's pretty much the only similarity with that movie. It's nothing like Pan's Labyrinth. Pan's Labyrinth is super grim and hallucinatory. This series is absolutely nothing like that. 0% hallucinatory, and there's no grim, gory stuff. There is like the painfulness of war and people dying, but it's not like super gory and horrifying like that. Yeah. So, yeah, no, nothing like Pan's Labyrinth. Like, Pan's Labyrinth is actually scary. Okay, Dag. Yeah, no, but basically the worst it gets is being very serious war drama. I mean, there's some really heartbreaking moments in there. People finding out their loved ones are like dead. Kind of similar to Star Wars 4 when Luke finds out his uncle and aunt are all burned up like that, right? To that level. It's like, it is war trauma, but it's not like you get to see people splatter all over the place or something. Thank God. They left that sort of thing out. Hey, Bill Nye the Science Denier. Oh, God. I don't know why that's reminding you of that. It wasn't reminding me of that at all. Right, but one universal criticism about the series is that they kind of like, well, they made all those mutant children very cute, right? And they overdo that, and that's kind of annoying. They almost try to like pull off a Baby Yoda type of thing on it. Like, oh, but they're so cute. Like, you're always supposed to be, oh, they're so cute. Well, that's like at times just completely inappropriate. And I personally end up being more like, I'm just worried about like, you don't know what you're doing, kids, and this shouldn't be, haha, like a funny children-like moment. Like, it was a little inappropriate here and there, but because of the tone, it's just like, it's like, no, if I was a little mutant kid there, I'd be like, what the hell are you guys doing? I'd make an argument, not just cower and like, you shouldn't do that. This is what they're gonna do if you do that. So, yeah, I don't know. As I said, it's a series that's definitely gonna make you have an opinion about it, about things in it. It's almost like it was meant to be like that. Like they made it to be very opinionating. But, yeah, I mean, I'm decently enjoying it. I'm like halfway the second season now. Right, but that's not like the subject I wanted to talk about the entire show, so... But I just, yeah, that's something I'm watching right now, so... I'd rather find more input concerning the sunlight output during sun and winter. Fortunately, my search results were not successful. Yet. Right. And we can talk about other things too. Yeah, by the way, I think that... I'm not entirely sure, but... I think my stability might be returning. Quicker than I anticipated. Then again, I've been in it quite a while. But it feels like I'm restoring rather quickly. It's like I've been able to now more properly size up the situation that has kind of given me so much discomfort. And like, yeah, it's not getting to me anymore. So yeah, I'm doing much better. Although financially not so much. I mean, it's been a dry 2 weeks to be fair. And I am going to run out of my money this weekend. For sure this time. Probably before that. So I really hope to get some support again. Like to think I'm worth it. Besides some psychological stuff and my instability, I think that still had some pretty good shows. Made some good points. I hope you guys agree with me on that. What are you laughing about, Moxie? What's going on? What's going on with any of you? Hello? It's time to say hello and then I'll just go away again? Did everybody flee when I said I really need support? Because it is true. Hello? Oh, okay, Kumuvara is fine. But yeah, you're not the only one in the chat here, so... So, yeah, I'm open to discuss, right? So, somebody bring something up, or it's just gonna end up like an endless back and forth whining with Tappy about the weight of gas and the vacuum and all that. I mean, that's what's gonna roll out if nobody else is gonna say anything. Okay, Alice. That's okay. Oh. Alright, Dank, that's awesome. Thank you. That's very helpful. Thanks for, the continuous support. I mean, Dank is like one of my longest supporters. I think I remember him supporting me like even 5 years ago, at least. Maybe sooner than that. Pretty much since the beginning, since like I first got monetized. When did I get first monetized? Was that like in 2017 or 18? Not sure. The fuck is with the SpaghettiOs? Alright. So, yeah, everybody's all tight. Okay, I won't bother you again about me needing finances or I'll run out of food, but that's fine. I mean, maybe if I just cucked to a bunch of Islamophobic, self-righteous, idolatrizing Christian wannabes, they would have probably given me some. But now I've turned against them, so they don't give me anything, probably. That's how it goes. Yeah. Can't be right and comfortable at the same time. It doesn't work like that in this world. I'm very well aware of that. But I mean, it's not like my financial situation has changed or anything. Right, but I do aim to also perform better, right? I always do. And to sharpen my ideas and theories and to get confusions out of the way, to identify aberrations in the mind, especially of ballers. And hey, gas in its expanded state not having weight certainly seems to be one of those things. Just look at the show with that in the title. Is it 4 days ago or something? Just look at the comment section there. Like, they never stop. They never stop yapping about it. Right? 1593. It's like, oh, how could you say that if you have an object and you have a vacuum in that object and then you weigh it, that it would weigh less? How can you say that? Well, because that's true. It does. It will weigh less. Because when you weigh the object originally, it's gonna be just opened up. They're not weighing it with a vacuum in the tank. So it's gonna have regular expanded gas pressure in it, which would be of equal density as the gas pressure surrounding it. If you then draw that air out and evacuate it effectively, well, guess what? That means that the average density is going to go down, because vacuum is less dense than expanded gas pressure, right? Expanded gas. So that's part of the argument, and they just can't believe it. Oh. Things like, yeah, if you have a tanker that you weigh in water, and that tanker is filled with water, then that water is not going to effectively add to the weight. Why? Because the entire medium is water. So it's the exact same substance, exact same density. It's not going to contribute to a disequilibrium and does not register in that scale in the water. Right? Just like you can't weigh the water on a scale in the water. It's not going to register anything. It's just, yeah, the water is there, but the thing is in water, so it's not going to press upon it like that. It effectively doesn't weigh anything. Yeah, water doesn't weigh anything in water. It's the funny thing. You'd have to isolate the water and then have it surrounded by a gas pressure medium in order for it to start registering weight. The scale would have to be separated from the water, put underneath it, and suddenly you register that water weight pressure because you're weighing it in air. But if you're not weighing it in air, you just put the scale in the water, it's not gonna register the weight of the water. This is all hyper logical, but it seems to be a real mind twist for some people, how that works. Okay, next one. What is this? Who are you? What the hell are you talking about? Would a tank with air in it be more buoyant than a tank with vacuum in it? No. Because a vacuum is less dense than air. Right? The problem though is that if you draw a vacuum in a tanker, the tanker's gonna have to be pretty strong, because it might get crushed, right? You can fill a balloon with some gas and it'll be fine, and the balloon will have to be, doesn't have to be very dense, it doesn't have to be strong to contain a vacuum. You can't fill a balloon with a vacuum, obviously, right? But yes, if you take a tanker that could have a vacuum within it and you just let it sit open, right, with making the gas pressure inside of it become equal with the gas pressure outside of it, being open, you put it on a scale, it's going to register more weight than when you seal that tanker and draw a vacuum inside of it. Because a vacuum is less dense than just regular air pressure. That's what it is. So I don't know why you're saying yes, George Sanford. It's no. You're incorrect. Can anybody register that? Does anybody have their frickin' attention here? Anybody? Or is it just now, oh, now just the people are just going to blabber in my chat and just whatever? Is this whatever hour for you? A full scuba tank. Yeah. You know why that is, George Sanford? You dumbass. And I'm gonna call you a dumbass here. You know why a full scuba tank weighs more than an empty one? Because a full scuba tank is pressurized air. An empty scuba tank is not filled with vacuum. Yeah? It's weird. Wait, what? That's incorrect. Yeah, that's just straight out incorrect. What? I even misread that. You said full scuba tank more than a... No! What a bizarre thing to say, George Sanford. This is just not true. Are you doing all right, George? Yeah. Yeah, you can say it like that, Akumo virus. Effectively, it's more dense. The average density of the tanker, when it's filled up with air, is more than when it's not filled up with air. And even more than when it would be filled with a vacuum instead. Oh, okay. I'm glad you realized that, George. Would have been very worrisome if you hadn't. Moxie, what the fuck are you... What are you doing here, Moxie? What the fuck are you even doing here? Are you going to contribute to the show, or are you just going to be goofing around and making stupid remarks about what other people say in my chat, Moxie? Is that the extent of your activities here? Ooh, AI can write semi-coherent MOOCs now. Oh wow, yeah, guess what? That semi-coherency, it's gonna stay that. It's not gonna get better than semi-coherent. Have you realized that? I mean, yeah, sure, it'll make there's already advertisements video advertisements out there that are AI made. Guess what? Yeah, semi-coherent is a very good designation. It's a very good description. It's not gonna get more coherent. It's gonna stay semi-coherent. Everything it makes is going to stay semi-coherent. It's not gonna get coherent. That's my prediction. It will. You will always be able to figure out whether it is an AI product because of the bizarre incoherence. Yeah, hey Moxie, why don't you just stay clear? How about that? Yeah? How about you contribute to the show and stop just blabbering nonsense? I don't need people to spam up my chat with nonsense, thanks. Right, so, yeah, what am I gonna talk about? Any more questions about relative density? Complex scenarios? Right? In a way, by the way, it's kind of funny how it works out that if you would go scuba diving with the tank, go pretty deep, is that when it's filled up, it'll help you basically sink. But the longer you spend underwater, of course, then the gas is gonna run thin and so like dissolve basically from liquid state or whatever state it's gonna be in compressed state. It's gonna be lighter when you go up. That's kind of convenient. This is counterintuitive. Why? Why is it counterintuitive? So the empty one has less average density. It's perfectly logical. Yeah, by the way, thanks for that video. That is a good video to demonstrate. To me, it seems the air would cause it to float. No, but it's compressed air. Compressed air, you know, it just makes it denser, right? It's all about the average density versus the medium is in. So if it's all filled up with compressed gas that is going to be liquid or something, yeah, it's going to have a higher average density versus the medium, and it will sink. Than if it's not filled up, and the not filled up gas that's going to be in there, it's going to be basically pulling down the average density of the entire tank enormously, making it float in water. Makes perfect sense. Yeah, I know, George Sanford has measurable weight when pressurized. I know. Because it's more dense than the average gas of the medium you're going to weigh it in. That's why. I mean, I've only been trying to debate this here on my show for like a year now. It's still the same. No, Akumu virus. Air is not mass. It's ridiculous. No, you're going by Newtonian mechanics and it's incorrect. But air has mass. No. Air in its expanded state doesn't have mass. And mass is merely a concept, right? Air has density. Every form of air has density, has a density, right? Mass is a derivative. If you're gonna then try to apply Newtonian mechanics to it, yeah, it doesn't work. Yeah. So air in its expanded state is not gonna register any weight because it is the same density as the medium you're weighing it in. And if you evacuate it further, so it doesn't have the same expanded gas state as the medium, but less evacuated, then it's going to weigh even less. It's going to put a negative influence on the weight of the object. It's going to weigh less than it normally should. Because the average density has gone down. Because the vacuum now averages out with the object. Gonna cause the disequilibrium to lessen versus the medium of air it's all still in. So gas does not go down, go boom boom. It doesn't have mass in that sense. But yeah, air does have a density. And if you're going to weigh something, I'm going to assume you're going to weigh it in air. Well, then air doesn't have weight there. Yeah, in air, air doesn't have weight. Just like water in water doesn't have weight. It's only when you separate it and you weigh the whole thing in another medium that it might register weight. Right? But it gets weirder because let's just say you try to weigh air in an air medium. Yeah, nothing happens. But take that same air, isolate it in a tanker or whatever, in a balloon, weigh it in water. Oh, anti-weight. Anti-weight. Yeah. Because it's much less dense than the now medium of air. Yeah. Weighing something, an object, on a scale is merely a convention based on relative density disequilibrium preponderance in a metric system in a medium of air at ground level. That's what it really effectively, practically is. Weight is not Newtonian mechanics. It's not gravity times mass. That's not actually real. Newtonian mechanics are not real. Officially. Gases move at different speeds? No. I mean, if the disequilibrium is big enough, then it might go faster. It might displace faster. I'm not entirely sure. It might also spread out quicker. Kinetic molecular theory? What? What are you talking about? You mean the model for singular gas atoms and molecules and how they behave, and basically the whole pathway, it moves until it bounces off something? Well, that's not involved in what I'm talking about. That's a model specifically for the molecular behavior. Yeah. Right. Yeah, but that that counts for individual atoms. It's not relevant to the density displacement. Yeah. Relative density theory is about masses. It's not about individual atoms. I hope that's kind of clear. It includes the speeds. I don't know. Does it have a higher speed when it's less dense or something? I don't know, man. Maybe it does. Whatever. Okay, Akumovars, that's interesting. I've never thought of that before. It would be kind of interesting to demonstrate. Like, what would happen if you're in a pool and you have two gas tanks, one of them being helium and one of them being, I don't know, CO2 or something. And then simultaneously release gas bubbles. Would the helium bubbles travel quicker through the water upward than the CO2? I'd love to see that, actually. That would be interesting. Hello, the bad guy. Is that you, Ox? Hmm. 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 Ah, that was nice. Whoa. Okay, there's a really big dark cloud coming over. Man, that thing's almost black. Look at this. That's a cloud. Compared to there. But this one is like, woo. Big. There's nothing falling out of it yet, but I mean, it could happen any moment. I mean, expect with a cloud like that coming over, it could be like suddenly like bucket spilling. Storm income? Nah, not really a storm. I'm not hearing any thunder or anything, but I mean, it could suddenly like drop the bucket, basically. It's that kind of a cloud, I think. Helium more dense than yeah, that's ridiculous. Who the fuck says that, Akumu Virus? Who the hell says that? Where the fuck are you getting your data from? This is a giant mess, Akumu Virus. I mean, it's obviously incorrect. I mean, can you get more obviously incorrect? I mean, who says that to you? So far, a couple of sources. Well, those couple of sources must be pretty fucking retarded. Because you can literally look up the density in one of those chemistry books, and it's just wrong. Trimax when diving? What the fuck is Trimax? I don't get it. I mean, perhaps you can compact helium more. You can stuff more helium in a tank, perhaps. But I mean, I'm quite certain that in its expanded state, helium is less dense than oxygen. Duh. Okay, but I mean, that's gotta be in its compacted state, Akumo virus. Otherwise, it would make no fucking sense for there to be helium all the way up there and oxygen being here, more at ground level, right? So you're talking about in its maximum compacted state, probably. It's probably more oxygen that fits in the same space as helium when you compress it. Normally. Wait, but that doesn't make any fucking sense, Akumu virus. Where the fuck are you getting that from? How can helium be more dense? If helium was more dense, then how the hell, why aren't we using oxygen balloons? Helium is denser, helium is lighter. Oh my god, can somebody please get in my chat for crying out? Can somebody actually knows what they're fucking talking about? Get in my chat for once! Anybody at the Flat Earth debates. Anybody, ever! He's right. But it makes no sense. How can helium be denser and lighter at the same time? That just doesn't make any damn sense. Right, based on what? Okay. Well, I don't know what the fuck you two are talking about, but I literally just Googled it and it's just not true. It's just incorrect. I'll just copy and paste the result. You don't know what to tell you? Well, I know what to tell you. I don't know where the hell you've been searching, but it doesn't make any fucking sense. And all of you, including you, the bad guy, I don't know where the hell you're getting your data from, but it's just not correct. What the hell are you looking up? Like, that's why I said maybe if it's in its compressed state, you might be able to compact more oxygen or something. But in its expanded state, it just doesn't make any fucking sense because helium is the thing that goes up. Yeah? Oxygen not goes up. Helium has to be less dense. The entire argument you just rolled out is ridiculous. Space, 8, Akumu virus, and even you, the bad guy, you're just fucking wrong. What kind of source are you using? It started raining, by the way. So, got anything to say for yourself? Including fuckwit troll there? Yeah? Space, You're a fucking retard, Space, you troll dumbass. Look at what he says here. You're all wrong. Wrong! Huh? Alright, so that'll massively shut you up. What the fuck kind of sources for your data do you use, man? Where the hell did you look that up? I'll copy and paste what you saw. Oh yeah. Sure, you copy and paste what you saw. Well, how about what the fuck kind of source? I don't need to read what you saw. I'd like to know where did you see that? Because it's fucking retarded and incorrect. And one single search yielded how blatantly incorrect you guys are. So I don't know what kind of weirdo ass source you're using, but it's retarded. Whoa. Yeah, it's raining. Damn, it's raining hard. Check it out. Can you see that? Nah, maybe not. But it's raining hard. Hey, a white dove. I haven't seen those in a while. It's walking back and forth in the rain on the roof there. I'm glad to see them back though. I love those white doves. Wait. What's that? What? There's an owl. I literally hear the owl in the middle of the day. How incredibly weird. I literally just heard the owl that I hear at night sometimes, twice. So, yeah, since that remark from all three of you there was so freaking stupid, I'm actually going to name the show after that. Because I've never seen so many people all at the same time say something that fucking stupid since Pete and Pete declared water was an element. I've never seen anything that fucking ridiculous before from you guys in the chat. Maybe he identifies as day owl. Maybe he just kind of woke up in the middle of sleep from the giant amount of rain and just got, oh, I don't know. But that's like the first time I heard that owl during the daytime. That was weird. Happy to see the white dove back though. I don't know what the fuck to say, Akumu virus, but what kind of source is that? What the fuck is telling you that, Akumu virus? Because that is just straight out misinformation. That's just straight out misinformation. This is really bizarre. I didn't think it would ever come to this. So, what is your source, Akumu virus? Name the source. Name this source of yours. I don't care for the numbers, okay? Don't give a shit. Right, George Sanford. Yeah, I mean... Hold on. Yeah, hold on. You gotta go find. Oh, yeah, yeah. Akuma virus, your sources suck. Is that the same ridiculous source that told you that light is all bent, but you see in a straight line of sight? Is that the same type of source? Did you just make that up? Did you literally just make that up out of nothing? Or is this some weirdo baller forum of yours that you share with the guys and this is their stupid ass conclusion? Huh? Yeah, what do you mean, huh? I'm sorry, but I'd like to know this source of this extremely incorrect piece of data that you just shoved in my chat. Ten highlighted, dude. Are you like on some special other type? Are you like on this isolated type of Google algorithm that just gives you complete nonsense, Akuma virus? I'm on a tablet. You don't know what the fuck you're doing, are you? I mean, you could just say the source, the name of a website. Yeah, I mean, at this point, I'm just wasting my time. Akuma virus, you're ridiculous. And not in a funny way. I mean, this is just blatant misinformation. I'd be careful with those types of sources, dude. You shouldn't, like, spread out, like, fundamentally incorrect information like that. Scientific American, oh yes. Right. It's totally ridiculous. Yeah. Helium is one of the least dense materials that exist. Pretty much topped only by hydrogen. Okay? Anything that's going to tell you that some other gas other than hydrogen is less dense than helium is just straight out screwing with your mind. Well, they're just gonna try to redefine everything based on nonsense? Oh, you're really? Well, that's not a very good standard then. Yeah, I don't need some random barf up of a piece of information when you don't even have a point with that information. Yeah? Whatever you feel about it, you're just wrong. You're just wrong. Yeah? I mean, any, like, 8-year-old or whatever could figure that out. If they know how to withstand peer pressure, that is. The point is to share. Yeah, well, I don't need you to share your blatant misinformation. Thanks. Alright, anyhow. Just when you think the ballers can't get any more ridiculous, this happens. Of course it does. It's like it's a sport to them. It's a sport. Like, how freaking wrong and ridiculous can I be? $20 on gas density. Well, or 20 minutes on just Akumu virus inserting like this ridiculous piece of misinformation. That I'm kind of shocked about, that he did that. But hey, if you want to talk about something else, then bring up something else, Tartan Telescopes. I'd be happy to talk about something else if somebody actually said something in my chat other than Akumu virus. It's up to you guys. Yeah, if you want to talk about something else, then you bring up something else. Something else that I can talk about, that I can address. Because if nobody says anything, then it's going to end up with me just staring at the screen waiting. Different speeds and the same energy. Because they're less dense? I mean, why do you need an explanation for that? How's density supposed to explain the speed with which gases move in the kinetic model? I don't get it. Like, what does the kinetic molecular theory model have to do with relative density? Which is all about mashes, right? The mash of the object versus the mash of the medium. It's not about individual molecules. You might have taken notice of that. Right? Kinetic molecular theory is about what individual molecules do. Now, that's what it's about. Yeah, relative density is not about what the individual molecules do. It's about what the mash of it does. That's what it's relevant to, not individual atoms. If you want to go into that type of behavior, you'd best dive into quantum mechanics. That's what quantum mechanics is all about. Man, I feel lucky that I don't have to go out for groceries today. It's like soaked. Like the street's gonna freaking flood if this keeps up. And the water was already kind of high in the river next to this building. But I don't know, it's probably not gonna hold strong for that long, the rain. Property of gas. Yeah, density. Yeah? Density. Gas always has a density. That's right. Yeah, it doesn't have weight in all circumstances because weight is a convention. It's a convention that puts a metric system to relative density disequilibrium by measuring pressure. Pressure is specifically set to a medium of air at ground level. That's the setting for weight. Gases in their expanded state don't have a disequilibrium with the gases that surround it, so they won't register any weight. Unless they're a much denser type of gas and it's concentrated like in a balloon, and then yeah, it will exceed the registered weight of just the rubber. It's going to weigh a little bit more because it's more dense than the gas that surrounds it. And it's in a balloon, which means it's slightly compacted, right? Unleash it, however, separate it from a container like that, and you're not going to weigh it. It's not going to register. I see saying that. How did you come up with that? Well, it's real. Weight literally is that. It's how it's established. It's relative density disequilibrium in a medium of air at ground level. And then add a metric system to that pressure. This much pressure, this much weight. It's what it is. That's what weight is. Yeah, and if you weigh something in another medium, it's going to register a different weight. Yeah? If you weigh a brick in the air, it's going to have this certain type of weight. Then you put that brick in a water weighing scale, a scale that's in water medium, and then it's going to weigh slightly less. The effective amount of pressure it will exert on the scale will be less because it's not as dense in comparison to the medium it is in, water. Yeah? Water weight, air weight, which is regular weight, the weight we all use. And then there's vacuum weight. When you put an object in a vacuum chamber and then attempt to weigh it. Which is extremely hard when you do that with gases. Because the container's got to be damn strong. Right? There's all kinds of different weight. There's not one universal weight because there is no universal weight. It's merely a convention. Only density is universal. Density always works in every conceivable scenario. Always, no exception. Yeah? Weight is merely a convention based in a very specific stable medium. And then, yeah, the disequilibrium will match continually. It will be very even, reliable, and stackable, scalable. But I mean, I wish that I could like, oh, can I have some, like I would like to buy some gold, like give me 100 grams, but I wanted water weight. 100 grams of water weight gold. Like, okay, put it in the water. Okay, yeah, then I'm gonna get it like 30% cheaper or something, because it's water weight. I don't know, maybe not 30%, but the point is that, yeah, if you weigh something in a more dense medium like water, it's gonna weigh less. It's just a fact. It works well with mass. It works so well. Your mass. Oh, you want your mass. Your mass. Oh, Akumo wants his mass. Massa. Akumo needs his massa. Oh, massa, save me. Save me with gravity, massa. Yeah. No. Mass is merely a derived concept. Things don't have inherent mass. They have an inherent density. Where does the weight come from when the gas is compressed? It's very simple. It becomes more dense, and then there's a density disequilibrium with the medium. And that's where the weight comes from. Because weight is merely a relative density disequilibrium with the medium, which translates into pressure, which is a consistent metric system. So yeah, oh, something suddenly becomes more dense. Yeah, it will start to press. Oh, look, it now has weight. Yeah, oh, the weight just came out of nothing. No, it just became more dense in relation to the medium you're weighing it in, thus registering pressure. It's not that complicated, really. People just make it very complicated because they keep holding on to Newtonian mechanics for no good reason. No, Akumo virus. The mass of gold and lead is not the same. It's the density. The density is the same. Close. It's not entirely the same. Tungsten is actually much more close. Was it tungsten? There's not lead, there's another type of material that works better. I thought it was tungsten. Yeah. Also called wolfram. But yeah. When there's like forgery of gold bars, they fill them with tungsten because tungsten is actually very, very close to the density of gold. So it's very tough to spot it without like breaking it open. Because if you then put it in water to measure its volume, then calculate its total weight, it is going to be almost identical. It doesn't work that well with lead. You can definitely spot like that the weight is off if you try to fill a gold bar with lead. But tungsten is actually very close to gold. So you're just wrong again, Akumo virus. This is getting really embarrassing. I know about this shit, okay? I've been a goldsmith. Talked with people about like experts that deal in gold bars. telling me like, yeah, there's some that might have tungsten in it. It's like, oh, you got a new gold thingy. You want me to check it? Right? That sort of thing. Still want to know why a fizzy drink that has is heavier than a flat drink. It's very simple. Logical conclusion. The gas is dissolved. So it is just more molecules occupying the same space. It becomes denser. Right? But when it's flat, uncompressed, well, then that compressed gas, which is like when it's dissolved, it is kind of like in a compressed state. I mean, they don't dissolve it uncompressed. I mean, a fizzy drink can is under pressure. Because when it's not under pressure, it all gets out. Then it expands in its normal gaseous state, and the density leaves the liquid that stays behind. Yeah, it's like the gas, just because it's gas doesn't automatically make it less dense or lighter, like per default. Right? It depends on how it is dissolved. And I'm pretty sure that when you dissolve gas in a liquid, it's going to be relatively much more compacted than it would be in its expanded state. So it's going to be more dense than its expanded state, adding to the effective weight of the drink. No, we didn't mess up, you dickhead. I fucking know what I'm talking about. I'm not messing up at all. I'm a freaking goldsmith. I've dealt with people that sell that stuff and buy that stuff and literally told me, yeah, some of these bars might be filled with tungsten. We have to check regularly because there's new scammers going around doing that. That was in 2008. Yeah? I know what I'm talking about. You're just wrong. They don't use lead. They use tungsten. Go fuck yourself, Akuma, you wanker. They don't use lead to forge gold, okay, asshole? Why don't you stop whining? Yeah? They would use lead because lead is a lot freaking easier to get by and cheaper. They don't use lead, they use tungsten. Shut the fuck up, baltard. Get the fuck out of here. You thought, you fucking little retard, space comma, the fucking little retard. He first popped in my chat here, agreeing with Akumu virus that oxygen is less dense than helium. Space comma said that because he's a fucking retard. And he doesn't deserve to be in my chat ever. You fucking loser. I'm not using tungsten, I'm not forging it. I don't give a shit, Akumu virus. Is that where the title came from? Yes, Richard D. Thank you could join us again. No, Akumu virus here said that he had a source. He was convinced he had multiple sources, including Scientific American, that density of helium was higher than that of oxygen. Really? And I spent like half an hour on this shit. Totally fucking insane. And apparently there's now just sources out there that just spout complete and utter misinformation. Really bizarre. Hey, Zep Deppy, you think that one day I'm just gonna kick you the fuck out for giving lip? Yeah? Why don't you keep your cognitive dissonance to yourself, you fuckwit? Is it because you're wrong? Yeah, maybe you're just a fucking retard that's projecting. Yeah, dipshit? Could it be that you're just projecting because you can't handle the fucking truth? Turn out to be wrong every fucking time you open your mouth? Could it be, Zep Deppy? Right. Pretty sure it is. Anyway, I'm rounding out the show. Thanks for coming, everyone. I hope you liked this show. If you did, then please don't forget to Rogans it up. And if you haven't already, subscribe to my channel and hit the bell notification so you know when I'm going live, which is normally 1 p.m. Amsterdam time in the weekdays and 2 p.m. Amsterdam time in the weekend. And please also do support me through the PayPal and the Patreon. That'll be much appreciated and I can really use it, so please keep the support coming. Or just start the support coming, that would be great. It's been very quiet financially for over a week and it's gonna get me into trouble if I don't get more regular support. So please keep it coming. Right. Anyway, I'll be back tomorrow with Flat Earth Early Bird number 1597 on a Thursday, and I'm gonna join the Flat Earth debates over at Nathan Oakley 1980 channel. Hope to see you there in chat. It should be starting up any second now, or any minute. And yeah, hope you all enjoyed the show. Until the next video, keep it flat.